guys, welcome to my channel. I am here to hopefully help somebody with my experience and some things that I have done to lose weight. I lost around 92 pounds and there was a series of reasons why I needed to lose the weight, but I did do that. And while there was a number of things that I did to lose the weight, hopefully something that I say or did can help you guys to be encouraged to do the same thing. I am not a doctor. I'm not a registered dietitian, a nutritionist, nothing like that. The only thing I have to offer is experience and what worked for me. What worked for me might not work for you, but you have to do you, and I did me. And what I did help me lose the weight, and I was happy to get in a healthier state. So I needed to, because I had a heart attack, a mild heart attack, the day before I turned 45. And I had a young child still at home. We have 2 children at home still, and one of them is young. And I knew that if I wanted to be here to watch him grow up, I needed to change some things. So that's what I did, and hopefully what I did can help somebody else and put you in a healthier state of mind as well. I think the fundamental problem with most diets is that you either feel starved, deprived, or you're missing an entire food group. And I feel like that if we are going to succeed at weight loss, we have to be able to incorporate normal everyday food and have an amount that makes us feel like we're actually eating and we're not starving to death. I know that dietitians and nutritionists and doctors will say that if you starve yourself, your metabolism can drop. And so then you're working against your body's natural mechanisms to stay healthy. So if you can implement a diet or a way of eating or a way of life where you're not feeling starved to death or like you're gonna come unglued because you're not getting enough food, then you will typically lose weight if you're eating the right kinds of food. Some of the diets that are out there, keto, you're eating tons of fat, no carbs. Well, that's sustainable for about a New York minute, because I could not do all fat, no carbs, and protein. So that's something that is missing, an entire area where you need carbohydrates for energy. Weight Watchers is a good plan, but it also is very big on portion control. And I know that one of the latest plans, the green, blue, and purple plan, I want to say it's kind of like Freestyle, has a lot of free foods you can eat, unlimited amounts on, which helps. And I think they recognize the fact that deprivation is not the answer to dieting. So what they did was they came up with a list of foods for each plan that is free, and you can eat as much as you want of that food group or that particular food. So there is a green, a purple, and a blue plan, and I chose the blue plan because the green plan has more points that you can eat, but it has less free foods. The blue plan, which is in the middle, which is what I do the blue-ish plan, I should say. It lets you have more points, and it still has a lot of free foods, and it has the majority of the free foods that I would even be interested in. Purple plan has much less points, and you get more free foods, but some of the free foods I wouldn't, I'm not craving or wanting to eat a lot of. So I chose the blue plan. The blue plan gives me 23 points for my weight range a day. And then I take my weeklies, which there's 35 weeklies. You get 35 points for a splurge day, or if you go over your points one day. And I take the 35 points, and because I don't want a splurge day, I just want more to eat each day, I divide that up by 7, so that gives me 5 extra points. So that's 28 points. Then I add a point on for water, because if you drink more than 60 something ounces of water a day, I think you get an extra point. If you eat a cup of vegetables, for every cup of vegetables you eat, you get an extra point. So I have made my plan to where I have 30 points a day. And that helps me feel like every day that I'm getting plenty of food to eat. And if I'm still hungry, I can eat a free food, which eggs, are free on my plan. A key for me has been substituting high fat, high calorie foods for low fat, low calorie foods that taste similar and almost as good as the real deal. So you can't really make a pumpkin pie taste like a real pumpkin pie because the crust is so high in carbs and calories and fat. So I have come up with substitution. To me, substitution is the key. A quantity of food that is more than what a lot of diets will allow, but it's low in calories, low in fat, and it tastes really good. So that is one thing that I have done to help make my diet more sustainable and more practical for me, because I just cannot see eating small portions, small amounts of calories and losing the weight. Yes, but when you rebound, you will put all that back on plus some. One of the things that I did that really helped is I do not keep no foods around. I will take things like no-bake cookies and I will convert it to a cookie that I'm allowed to have, and I'm allowed to have several of, and not feel guilty over, and not feel like I have broken the bank on my points. So substitution is key for me. Substituting the high fat, high calorie stuff for low fat, low calorie stuff that makes me feel like I've cheated and I've done something that, I shouldn't do, because in the long run, I'm not going to let my appetite dictate my health, because, I have family that needs me around, and I have to do something to help myself get, over the hard parts, the hard points, because it is hard. Losing weight's not easy. It is very hard, no matter what you do. You always, it's a struggle, and keeping it off is a struggle, and it's something that we all tend to fight on a daily basis. So I do drink 2 quarts of water a day, and I put water essence in my water to make it taste like a hint water. I love hint water. And so I will put this in there. I don't know if you can see that. It's a flavor essence. It's just for water. Flavoressence.com. And I got 5 of these. I got peach, raspberry, lime, and black cherry, and raspberry. And these have been a lifesaver because I put about 5 or 6 drops in a quart, and it tastes like hint water to me. You can add more, but they have lasted me a long time, probably 9 months, I think, and I still have quite a bit left. So I don't put it in all the time, but I do like this, and it helps. Also, 2 quarts of water a day. No, tea does not count. Sorry. Now, maybe if you did herbal tea with a little bit of sweetener in it, that might work, but carry something around that fits in your hand nicely, fits in your cup holder nicely, has a lid so it doesn't spill everywhere, because you need to take this with you everywhere. You need to drive around with it, and you need to drink it, okay? It doesn't do any good if it sits on your counter. You gotta drink it. Drink your water. One of the most important things, 2 quarts a day. And put, if you don't want to do a big quart thing, do a pint. Get a pint jar out. I drink pints easier than I do quarts. So when I'm home, I take this with me when I go somewhere, but I do pints when I'm home because it's easier for me to see my progress in what I'm drinking. And I know I have to do 4 pints equals 2 quarts. So that's one thing that helps a lot. I love a lot of fruits, veggies, protein, and the treats that I do, I do them to where I've substituted them for the bad stuff, I've made recipes to make them lower calorie. So that has helped me tremendously. It's a lot of it's mind, it's a state of mind. You have to be determined. Preparation, organization helps, keeping things cut up in your fridge. All that helps. And you probably heard this a million times, but I'm just saying it again because it works. It does work. And it takes some forethought. Sometimes we get so caught up, we homeschool, and sometimes we get so caught up in things that we're just like, that's one more thing on my list. But, you just have to, where's your priority? Where on the priority list is your health? You have to put it at the top of the list, or it just falls down and falls, and it winds up being the last thing. And then you just reach for food for comfort because you're stressed out. You grab it. If you put good stuff in eyesight in the fridge, in the cabinet, the good stuff, the stuff that you can reach and grab and just, eat. Because if you're like me, you're a grazer, and I just graze all the time. I do eat meals, but they're, it's small. I don't eat big meals. And that just is how I function, is just eating a lot and keeping my stomach feeling like, oh, happy. So if the meat that I'm eating, the protein that I'm eating doesn't have fat on it, I know on the Blue Plan, you're only allowed to count, the only thing that's 0 points is like turkey and boneless, skinless chicken breast. But I do not count, if I have a pork chop that has no fat on it at all, I've cut all the fat off and I've broiled it or grilled it or whatever, I do not count that either. Any solid chunk of meat that does not have fat on it. Now, if you get a steak that's marbled with a ton of fat, you're going to have to count points. Bacon, you're going to have to count points. Sausage, you're going to have to count points. But if it's unprocessed, no fat on it, I do not count points for protein. They just can't make me count points because I don't have to. So I do not count points on that. And another thing that I do that's different is I do the weekly thing. Like I told you, I divide that up and I add those on. So, I kind of modify. I make my plan work for me. I make it work for me. And if I feel like I am being inhibited, or if I feel like I am struggling with it, I won't do it. I won't stick to it. So then what's the point? So I have to make it work for me. And this is how I've done that. So it has, it's been work, because everybody wants to eat regular fudge. So I came up with a substitute peanut butter fudge because I love peanut butter fudge. And I came up with a really good recipe that I got it from another website and I modified it for my own. So, it's something that I really enjoy. I really like. It tastes really good. I don't feel deprived. I feel like, I'm eating peanut butter fudge. I mean, what kind of diet can you eat peanut butter fudge on? Really. The Purple Plan has the least amount of points, but the one thing, on the Blue Plan, you can have eggs, beans, fat-free yogurt, sugar-free yogurt. You can have corn. And on the Purple Plan, you're allowed to also have popcorn, oats, pasta, whole wheat pasta, and brown rice and potatoes. I don't crave any of those things. So I do the Blue Plan so I get more points, and then I also just eat all the protein I want. Turkey sticks from Aldi's, great protein. Hard-boiled eggs, I eat 5 a day. I'm not even sorry, because I love hard-boiled eggs on rice cakes with a Laughing Cow cheese wedge. So 2 points. And it's very filling. So, this is kind of what I do. I want to make things cheaper for you. So I am going to shop at Aldi's for a lot of my stuff. Show you what I get there, and, go over some things that might help you be able to save money, lose the weight. This is homesteading. We homestead. So I'm going to show you my bees, my baby goats, my pigs, my chickens, my rabbits. We have a little bit of everything and we love it. So I am here for you guys, to help you guys in any way I can. I love you all. I feel like that if anything I've done can help somebody, it's worth it. And I'm willing to take the time to do it. I probably won't link a whole lot just because I'll tell you what it is on the video, because I don't have time to sit down and start typing things out because we are extremely busy. I would rather focus on doing good videos. Comments, I'm probably just going to moderate them. I don't want people to think that I'm ignoring them. I don't want people to think that I've just, forgotten about them, or I'm not paying any attention to them. So I don't know how much time I'll have to answer comments and things like that, but I will try. And even if I don't answer them, I will answer them in a video. When you guys ask questions, or if you want me to show you things, I will do that in a video. So with that being said, I hope you guys understand my time constraints, and what I'm trying to accomplish here is just to encourage you all, because you can do it. You can do this. I'm trying to enable you to be able to do it, because you can do it. You can make it work for you. You've just got to have the tools, the resources, the ideas. Sometimes we all just need to work together and help each other figure out, okay, how can I get this done? Because, your family might be like, Where's the Little Debbie's? And you're gonna say, they're at the store where they belong. And you know what? In the grand scheme of things, your family wants you more than they want the Little Debbie's. Well, maybe that's not true. Some people, they might want the Little Debbie's more. But if they're not there to feed it to them, then they just don't eat it. So I don't keep that stuff around. I just do not do it. I make other things so they're not going, you know, oh, yes, zucchini in my cold cereal. It's not going to work. They're not stupid. You can't sneak good things into their food. You have to make it taste yummo, or they're not going to eat it. So it's all about making it taste good and liking it and feeling like you're cheating when you're not really cheating. So you can cheat and not have any guilt. I like that. So if you like this idea, if you like what I'm saying, if you like what I'm telling you, you know, I'm trying to save you guys money. And there'll be other things I'm doing too. You know, we're going to go over how to glass eggs. We're going to do a lot of different things. And I'm ordering things that will help you make things easier for you to, you know, cook and prepare things. So hopefully everything that I do here will encourage you just to come along. My journey started a while ago. And I'm maintaining now. Right now I'm in maintenance mode. So I have to be accountable as well. I have to watch it still, because I could go right back to what I weighed before very easily. I could. And I don't want to do that, because my family means too much to me and they need me. You know, every family needs to have guidance. They, you know, mom and dad work together here. We are a team. And so I have to do what I, you know, can to make myself available to my family, make myself feel good. I don't want to be draggy. I don't want to be boring. My biggest fear is being a boring mother, by the way. So I have to do what I can to stay on my toes. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to get into the stuff we're going to be doing, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Enjoy. Bye.